Hey, what's up, YouTubers, day traders, and market participants? It's your boy Will, and when there's a will, there's a way. Today I was eating, guys. The market played out just in my favor. I already had put those plays on last video, so if you are not checking out the videos already, you need to subscribe and help and like the video because it helps me figure out what you guys are engaged with and what you guys want to see more of. Okay, but without further ado, and do excuse my workout attire. I just got back from the gym. Just gonna go ahead and knock this video out so that everybody can enjoy the rest of their night. So without further ado, let's get into the charts.
羽ばたいたら戻らないと言って
All right, starting off with one of the picks from last video is Rigetti, and I still believe this one is going to continue. This is the weekly chart on the right hand side. It looks very good that it wants to push through this high right here. Will it happen this week? Not sure, but next week, definitely. The key sign for me to buy was on this day, which was yesterday, which is when I mentioned it, and today we got a follow through candle, right? So now we're going to test these local highs and see if we can get through. If it doesn't get through right away and lingers around this $16 to $17, that's going to be okay. That's going to still show me that the momentum's intact. If we were to break under this initiation candle, then that is when I would consider getting out of the play. Um, I wouldn't want to stay around any longer for that. But if we do kind of still stay in this $16 to $17 range for the next 2 days, 1 day, 2 day, the table is the game is still on for us to break these local highs here on the weekly chart and try to get up to this 2142 mark. That is what I'm looking for in Rigetti. The next play that hit for me today was APLD. APLD, same ordeal. Look at how beautiful it pushed up out of this zone up into these high areas. I took profit here because we got one, two, three candles up. Now, this blue line is going to try to catch up to it. I will re-enter the position once we get back to this blue line. I'm going to wait now, just because on the weekly chart, this candle, look how nice this weekly candle is. The week's not over, but look at how big it is compared to the other weekly candles. They're almost the same size, which kind of tells me that, hey, this is actually, if the week were to end right here, I already have the money that the most of money could get me at a reasonable price, right? The candle can obviously get more extended and look like this big one. It could definitely do that, but I did satisfy my hunger for the candle that looks just as juicy as the ones before it. All right. So I am out of this one, but I do like if it pulls back here into this $12, $13 range. That is where I will reload my position and take it back up to this 1542. Next plays we have here. Sound did the same thing, guys, and I was kind of explaining this is my approach here. Look at how beautiful you have on this test right here. We tested it. I entered in here. One candle, two candles. So I took profit here. I still have a little bit more left. We do have earnings coming up. So I think earnings is on Thursday after the bell. So we got 2 more days of trading. So probably on Thursday, I will be getting out of the rest of the position. Honestly, I was going to consider holding a contract into the earnings, but earnings this season has been terrible. There's been what Palantir was the only good one I think so far. Maybe and Meta, right? But Amazon crushed. We just saw Snapchat get crushed. All some of the quantum plays are getting crushed. I think APLD had a good earnings, that's why it's up. But that's different. But it's like I don't think the earnings this season. I mean, some of them have actually been reporting decent numbers. They still drop down, right? And I think that's bigger hands at work here trying to get these stocks for a bigger discount for the future. So might not. So I might change my approach to selling before, and like I did Uber today. Uber went right up, and we'll get into that. But Sound, I would still say it's still a hold. I would probably get out around 12. If we can get up here, that would be great. But I don't think with earnings right around the corner, I'll probably be getting out around $12 if we can get up there. Just because I don't want to be exposed to earnings. Um, Uber was a great play. So now Uber will be reporting earnings. They will report earnings tomorrow before the bell. So I knew this. So I was actually into the position on this day, which was Friday at the end of the day. And then I took 2 days of profit into the earnings. So now I'm just gonna sit back and watch. If earnings are terrible and it comes down to the 83 mark, that is when I will get a long-term position. Long-term position back up to 97 and $100 because it's going to go back up there. But if they do really good and it shoots up already to $97, you know what? It is what it is. Earnings to me is pretty much a gamble. So if you have only a little bit in there, it doesn't hurt, but I wouldn't go big on earnings plays, guys. It's not always the best move. Um, and this is not financial advice. You guys do whatever you wish. Do your own due diligence before you buy, sell, or hold a stock, right? Um, what I do want to mention is I saw a lot of sector rotation today. It was very, very good. Healthcare started to move up, and just staple stocks in general. Look at this nice green bar coming off of this nice Big Daddy white line. So this red bar does look very ugly, and it just kind of is a sight for sore eye on this chart. It just makes it look ugly. It makes it look like there are a lot of sellers, which you can see on this volume, just waiting to dump it right here at 65. So we did get increased volume. We got a nice push up in a good area. So we can kind of see some continuation here. And this is what I like on the weekly chart too, is that we jumped above this green line on the weekly chart. We got above it, tested it, pushed up, tested it last week, confirmed bulls have taken over since last week, and now we have a continuation move for this next week. So this actually looks really good. This could be the last final push till we get to $77, which would be this big daddy white line. And maybe that gets there by the end of the year. Who knows? Not a bad swing trade idea. Another one that we saw great volume come into, Target. Target doing the exact same thing where you get above the moving averages, and then when you test that moving average again, it says, wait, stop. You're not breaking me this time. I'm catching you. I'm taking you back. To who? To the big daddy right here. So very, very good play here. It's just started. This is a good green candle at these lows, kind of literally right off of $100 with no crazy significant volume. Volume looks kind of pretty much even across the board. But nonetheless, great price action happened in a key area where we can see some continuation to the upside. So I like Target. Walmart's kind of doing the same thing. Walmart's get closing its highs. UPS, another staple stock, right? Just finally gave us a green candle, taking out some red. Now we are pretty far from the moving averages here, so this isn't a bad play. However, when we get back up to this area, 96, this might be the area where you take profit on this play because it might have problems getting back up here. As you can see, this was a pretty hard drop on earnings, right? But nonetheless, where's UPS gonna go? UPS isn't going anywhere. It's just, if anything, it's become cheap. It's just at its cheapest point it's been in the last like 3, 4 years, right? Since COVID. So good long term pickup here. We finally got a good green candle to say, hey, let's see where our next drive goes. And I like where this could head, right? Something that I picked up today would be I liked crowd strike today. So crowd actually did not kind of confirm. Oop, Lucid is down. Looks like they probably did some earnings. All right, so this is what CrowdStrike looks like on their daily chart. It looks good. You know, all your moving averages are moving up, which is good, which is what we want to see. We came down to this moving average, which we don't have that green candle that I like to see yet. We really don't have it yet, but I like that we're already close to this moving average. So I nibbled. I nibbled. What I want to see is a nice green candle form here, take over the red in a key area, then game's on. I'll finalize my position, average in to what my position size should be based on my risk management, and take it back up to these highs, which is my approach, which is what you've seen in the APLD and in the Rigetti play. It's all looking the same, right? Rinse and repeat on the same strategies. It's what Wall Street does. It's what you need to be doing as well. But I believe that is going to be it for this video. I'll give you one more that I really liked. One more. I'll give you one more. I'll give you one more. You twisted you twisted my arm. I'll give you one more. It is Wells Fargo. Same ordeal. It is in this nice area between these two key moving averages and this zone and price action. This is a hammer. This is telling me that price went all the way down and then got bought all the way back up. That is just as good as a green candle to me. That is just as good as people saying, "No, this is too low. I don't like it here. We're buying it. You know, I'm taking it. This is kind of on sale. We'll see. We'll see." Which it's kind of in this nice little area here too, where it was previous resistance, right? You've heard that before. Previous resistance turns into support. So I like where this is. We do have a lot of room to the upside, decently room to the upside. And on the weekly chart for the banks, we just look like everything's a go. Interest rates get cut. That is good for the banks as well too. So there you go. There you have it. I hope you guys found lots of value in this video. If you did, go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, guys. Tell me what you are looking at, what plays you are looking at. If you think August will be a rocky month, it has started off rocky, but I mean, July was really good. June, the whole after the like when the tariff pause happened, the market's been rocketing, right? And they've been saying that people on Wall Street are missing the rally, one of the most hated rallies. So they're going to try to scare people to get their positions right. So what better way to do it? Earning season, right? You know, I've been just seeing our earning reports come out. They actually beat or meet expectations, but the stock still goes down 8, 12, 13%. We saw HIMS today. HIMS was down significantly, and then 2 hours later, it recovered like 12% in a trading session, which was ridiculous. So, um, that being said, I'll see you guys in the next video.